news with the Knock Stars. Basically sitting here on a Sunday morning, checking up on some emails, updating my CRM, and planning out my day accordingly. Got to pick up a customer's check for a closeout. So we just finished their house last week. Insurance cut the last check, so I'm going to get that picked up this morning. And then with that this week, I've got a few builds starting. So we're going to head out into the community today. We're going to knock the houses around my build, let them know that we're going to be making some noise this week. Perfect time to get some inspections, so hopefully we can get those going. Always like to drum up new business, and it's more of a power play when you can knock, the neighbors of houses that you're going to build, because you're letting them know. But the nice thing about this, when you're letting them know that you're working on the house next door, but it also gets them thinking like, well, maybe I need to have someone look at my house. Perfect time to do a home inspection. And again, on Sundays, husband, wife will be home, or the decision maker, so it's a perfect time. So it's really maximizing it and going from there. So typical Sunday for me, I've already had breakfast, I've already been to the gym, I've already read, some mindset's right. Now what we need to do is capitalize on that. Let's get some wins this morning and get out in the morning and crush it. All right, so we're heading over to one of my neighbor's homes, picking up his last check. The insurance just released it on Friday, so he's writing me a check. He was just a guy that I had knocked his door. We had lived on this street earlier this summer and moved into our new house, and what I do is I go up and down a lot of the streets, because we've done, I think, close to 200 roofs in my community where we live, but there's always a few stragglers. So when I take my daughter on bike rides and walks, I'm always looking at houses to see which ones we missed. So first thing I always look at, you look at the collateral damage. So if I see any damage on gutters or anything like that, I pretty much know the houses we've done, so I pick and choose. And this was a house that, slipped through the cracks. I knocked his door, and we got his roof done, and it just works out. Plus, it in the back of my head too, I'm helping one of my neighbors, fix their home, which is always, it feels good too, because at the end of the day, yes, this is what we do for a living, but I'm also helping someone with their home. So everyone's like, what do you do? Like, yeah, I'm a contractor, but someone said we're in asset preservation, which is a pretty cool way to look at it. Kind of a funny term, but it's true. So I'm gonna collect his check. We're gonna get down the road. We got a lot of knocking to do this morning. It's Sunday, middle of winter, nothing else better to do, right? Hey, good morning, good morning. No problem. Hey guys, come on. Really nice family. I really like. When you're in the communities, slow down. There's kids, but it also allows you to slow down and look at the roofs and look at the collateral damage, so that you can see which houses haven't been knocked. So it's all part of it. But again, always talk about that. Don't be a jackass. Slow down. Be respectful. Wave. Don't play your blaring loud music. Just be normal. Play it cool. All right, so let's talk about the communities that we're going to canvass, and obviously the communities that you're going to farm, because obviously we want to make sure that we're knocking in areas that have been directly affected by, obviously storms or however like I said, depending on territory. Here in Dallas, we get a lot of hailstorms, windstorm, tornadoes that come through. So make sure that you're actually door knocking areas that have been affected by a storm within the last 12 months, so that you're not wasting your time. With that, we want to make sure that you know your storm dates. You want to make sure that when you're knocking those doors, that you can maybe point to other homes that maybe you've done in the community, or again, if you're starting off and you're brand new, why don't we look at the communities that your company has done a few projects with? So when I first started, I went through and I got a book of the business that we've closed, and I saw a few houses in the community and no one claimed it. So I went directly there, and then when I was knocking doors, I was like, hey, we've actually worked on the house at 123 Main Street. Automatically give you instant credibility. One thing that we can play on in this case is keeping up with the Joneses. In the back of their mind, if the roof hasn't been completed yet, they've already seen their neighbors getting theirs done. They just may be too busy and haven't gotten around to it. They may have actually been put off because 1,000 people came and knocked their door, and they were just so disgusted with it that they turned and they unplugged their door and they got away from it. So one thing that you want to do is make sure you have a reason to be there
one thing that I did in the beginning is I got the few houses in the community that hadn't been done yet, or that our company had completed, so that when I went and knocked the doors, they were actually able to verify that, hey, we did that work, and I can get referrals going. But definitely as a power move, if you're just getting started, why don't you find the builds that you've already done and go knock those accordingly. Become the community expert. One thing that I did is the night before any community that I may be starting to go out, if I'm farming a newer community or whatever, I do a quick, Facebook search, and then I find the Facebook pages for the communities I'm going to go knock. I go in there and I see what the people talk about. Maybe they're, maybe this weekend is a yard sale of some sort. That may be a perfect time to go knock doors because people are already outside. Become the community expert. Learn what they like, learn what they don't like. Obviously, learn a little bit about the culture and what the families are looking for. But you can do a brief, comb through there, see what's going on. But with that, you'll be able to reference and then find out who the administrators are and maybe actually get in on a HOA meeting, homeowners association, obviously. That's one thing that I did in the beginning, is that when I'm looking at these communities, I would try to get in with the HOA and become the community expert. I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy that when there's a storm, first thing they think of is Burton, Hughes, Dallas, let's give them a call. It's a power move. Learn the HOAs, become the community expert, be the community go-to guy. That's part of the social media influence that we talk about, being the attractable character, because again, they're going to come back and look at that. Again, all bases covered. We're knocking doors, but there is some nuances to it. For my realtor friends out there, let's talk about this. Say you're getting ready to take a listing, and you have you say 123 Main Street, but say we say, okay, you're getting ready to take the customer's listing at 123 Main Street. Why not knock the neighbors' doors and get to know them as well? You're getting ready to put a real estate sign in their neighbor's yard. There's going to be a lot of traffic, so there's going to be a lot of cars coming and going. So why not touch base with them, see if possibly maybe they're trying to list their home in the future, and offer them a CMA, a comparative market analysis. Take you 5 minutes to do that, email it over to them, but it's one of those things, it's a way for you to become, obviously you're the community expert, but with that you may be able to get some listings or potential buyers for your customer's home. Look, just go knock doors, offer a free service. That could be a really cool way for you to generate some business, because you may just, like I said, plant the seed that maybe they refinance their home because they want to know their value, but you may get a listing, or you may get a buyer because they really like the house you're getting ready to put on the market. You may get a buyer. I mean, how amazing is that, as the people moving right across the street? So think about that, my realtor friends, is think about obviously being able to get to know the neighbors, but again, knocking the doors, you may get some business out of that as well. Is 10 roof inspections, 5 claims filed, 2 to 3 of those will be bought. So with that, 10, 5, 2. 10 inspections a week, 5 closes / claims filed, and then 2 deals written. That should yield you great success. I don't know your guys' pay plans and things like that, but that should be well into the 6 figures, because I know what that does here. So again, know your numbers in the back of your head. 10 inspections, 5 claims filed, 2 roofs bought, 2 deals. Work the numbers backwards. Think about your ideal lifestyle and what that's going to cost per month. And then what you want to look at, if you're new, talk to the other, project managers and ask them roughly what the compensation plan is. Obviously, I'm sure they've gone over that with you, but what's the average commission per deal? And then how much money do you truly want to make per month, realistically, right? We want to set the goals, but then really what do you need to maintain your current lifestyle? What's your medium goal, and then what's your stretch goal? But work backwards. And then from there, you'll be able to track basically what your bare minimum is, and then obviously where you want to be. Again, coming back to what I just said, doing the 10, 5, and 2, that should definitely give you the lifestyle that you need. I mean, I will tell you, when I first started, after my 3rd month, when the commission started coming in, I haven't made less than $40,000 a month, and I'm basically living off the 10, 5, and 2 premise. All right, we'll come back to the goal. So I was talking about the 10, 5, and 2. One thing I will say with door knocking, the income is, there's no way you could even possibly imagine how much money you can make knocking these doors and filing these roof claims with the roofs. 10x your goal. I know Grant Cardone talks about a 10x your goal, but truly sit down and look at what you want. I think the biggest thing in the beginning, I had an idea as far as what I could do, but once I was able to break through, and I was filing, 10, 12, 15 claims a month on a consistent basis and not getting complacent, the sky's the limit, guys. I know guys that are making well into the 7 figures a year just knocking doors. So when they took the job door knocking, everyone's like, why would you go knock doors? Like, that's primitive, that's this and that. Thing is, they don't know the power behind that. So that's why you're taking this program. That's why you invested the money. Is I will tell you, if you follow this and you streamline this process that we're doing, there's no question that you could be well into the 6-figure basis. I'm not talking 100 grand, guys. I'm talking 100 grand months. It's possible. Follow the plan, set your goals accordingly. Let's get this money.